Wait, are we good? Are we recording?
I mean, we're camera speed, zoom speed, audio speed.
I just want to understand why all this animosity was suddenly created by the concept of whether or not Community is a sitcom, which was originated and predicated on the fact that I'm not totally sure what Community is.
Community was a show like The Office. I think for me, sitcom is multicam. I don't see single cam shows as sitcoms.
Why?
Well, I think there's
camera-ist?
just a multicam and a single cam sitcom.
But I think sitcom to me is such a specific like live audience, multicam.
It does have a vibe.
Ooh, there's a vibe. There's like a thing. It's not like just any comedic serialized television show.
So when
like what delineates would you say Curb Your Enthusiasm is a sitcom?
It's situation comedy, right?
No, I understand on paper. I'm asking you as a thinking human. Would you like Curb?
What delineates it between a sitcom and whatever Curb is?
Yeah, well, I'm saying if Curb is not, then why would Curb not be and Community would be? Like, what is the difference?
Well, I think Curb is like, it also has this like weird, like kind of, I don't know. Curb's its own thing, man.
but to make it even weirder, Curb is more likely to be multicam because it's improv.
True, but it's not multicam in the sense that
I know
because you're
in
know. The theoretical physical space of the real world.
Right. I'm just saying just to make it even more confusing. But I would agree. Curb is not. And so I would also apply that to like The Office or Community or Parks and Rec. I would not consider those sitcoms.
So what do we call it when Curtis isn't here with us?
The best.
Ouch.
Crowd laugh. Crowd laughter.
Crowd laughter.
I'm gonna put in crowd laughter.
Guys, look to the specter of where I'd be sitting right now.
I actually was thinking that we should probably put the laptop there.
Because
we're just going to be looking
make sure
there.
Every time you talk to me, you have to look to your left.
Just right down the barrel of the lens.
Yeah.
So now they're Curtis.
Yeah. You are the Curtis now.
It's going to be great. Look at me. Look at me.
Look at you. You're the Curtis.
You know, you're still so fucking beautiful, even though you have COVID.
I'm glowing.
You are glowing.
I turned the beautification on Zoom all the way the fuck up.
I was going to say, he's got a filter and a soft lighting.
How much airbrush is on my face right now?
You look like magic.
You know what I could still do from all the way over here?
Don't do it. I'll fucking mute you, you piece of... It did not work. It absolutely cut you out.
Dan Harmon made Community.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Echo cancellation stereo.
He didn't. I'm just trying to tell him like you're acting like Community was like an obscure thing.
Now,
it was a huge hit.
No, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying that. I don't know if it's obscure.
Now, if I yell at you,
you just.
Ah!
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Welcome back to the Shudcast.
Was that okay?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Shudcast.
We'll put my voice in there somehow, somewhere.
No, we did it already. We don't need to do it. I wasn't saying that Community is fucking obscure. I don't know things a lot of the time.
I'm COVID Curtis, unfortunately.
I'm Aki Austin.
I'm clueless Cody.
Yeah.
Present Lucas.
Yes,
We're
here.
The horror movie podcast where we discuss the films that freak you out and the friendships that are sometimes even freakier. And I cannot be there for the first time ever. This is the first time we've ever done it like this.
Yes, Curtis is heartbroken.
It does suck.
It sucks for all of us, and we would normally reschedule, but we're on a tight schedule for you ding dongs to make sure you get your candy when you want it. So
yeah, who are those ding dongs, and what kind of candy are they getting?
These wonderful ding dongs would be the Shudcast patrons. And what kind of candy do they get? Ooh, it depends on the week. One week you're gonna get a main episode. The other week you're gonna get a mini episode that's exclusive for you ding dongs.
Should we speed their names across the screen as these ding dongs?
If you're editing it, sure.
Okay.
And then every month you also get a bonus full-length episode. We have a new one coming out. I think it's coming out on the 4th. Is that right? Or actually, that'll already be out when you hear this, right?
Yep.
Wasn't that
you've
great?
already got it.
Wasn't that great,
You loved
patrons? Wow, you loved that episode about the Holy Mountain. If you haven't heard it and you're not a patron and you want to hear it, you know what to do.
And you also receive 2 Shuddicles.
And you'll also get 2 Shuddicles, which I believe we have released 2 of the Shuddicles.
No, the second one will be out by now. By the time they're hear this.
There's Shuddicles. You can read, you can watch, you can listen. all your senses. You could probably touch. We'll have a touch tier in there eventually.
I feel like we should have a touch tier.
Yeah, there'll be a patron touch
Can we
tier.
also write songs now?
Yeah.
Why now?
I don't know.
Can we? Yeah.
Why
Can we
not?
just write AC/DC's Back in Black?
That's a bad idea.
Can we write that?
That seems available.
It's an expensive idea.
Does he make us bleep that? Was it shitty enough
think
that
so.
it stays?
No, that can stay.
Yes, it was shitty enough it could stay.
It's not that it's shitty enough.
But if
I love it. That's where you go. If it's shitty enough, copyright law isn't a problem.
if it's far enough away, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
it's even more and more paradical.
Oh, it's the brainworms have gotten to him. But if you can't or shan't or aren't ready to join us on Patreon, we understand. But at the very least, like and subscribe to this podcast. Tell your friends about it. Share on the social media. We had wonderful Shuddite from Down Under, Tristan, shared on his social media. He was telling his followers to listen to us, and we appreciate the shit out of that. So thank you, Tristan. Straight cut. I ain't here to fuck spiders.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
Like, when that happens and we know about it, I think I speak for all of us that our collective peener gets a little hard.
It moves.
Uh-huh.
It definitely moves. And I bet if all of you did it, it would just go full mass,
That's true.
Yeah.
right? So,
I very nearly drop my phone if I see someone talking about the show that isn't us.
right. So let us have a collective boner
Yes.
by doing that.
Contribute to that boner.
Because we need that.
And we will shunt them into one mega.
All of us.
Shunting our boners together into one mega boner. I love that so much.
Yeah.
That's not even a tier.
No. They'll just get that.
They'll feel it, right? The moment, the energy when all of our collective shunt boners get together, they'll feel that.
I hope.
I know they will.
Yeah.
Only one way to find
Yeah.
out.
With our boners combined.
Our boners combined.
Yes.
So yeah, that's about all the pushing I'm gonna do for this moment.
For now.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all the pushing for
Nice.
now.
The pushing for the patron.
Yeah, to hawking my shit at him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Boys,
What?
how is it over there? Does it smell okay?
It smells all right.
It smells good.
It smells all right. I got new lights.
I think it smells better. He did.
got new lights.
did?
Yeah.
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 He's on our level with the controlling him with the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, you got did you get the Philips?
No,
Why?
because the ones that I bought were $25 on Amazon.
Were they wise?
You're gonna regret that. You're gonna regret that so much.
Are they wise?
Why am I going to regret that?
Don't listen to him.
Because
He's
you
elitist.
don't have the full color spectrum at your disposal.
I have
you
a-
can't link it up
I
to
absolutely
all
have a
your
full.
other devices.
I absolutely can do that with these.
No, they're
You
not
can't.
inclusive.
I love
Philips,
it.
$1.
Philips is the entire spectrum. These are homophobic.
Are they wise? Because that's what I
They're
have.
super wise.
No, I didn't want to buy Philips either. So I
No,
bought
they're
the
not.
wise.
They're not. I don't remember what the brand is. The brand is.
You
Govee.
bought some absolutely Chinese things.
1000%.
Yeah.
I bought some cheap off-brand shit on Amazon because
Yeah.
they were there and they could show up today, overnight, and I was happy about that.
Yeah, I get that. I do the
Wow.
same thing. I don't have Philips. I don't need that shit.
Yeah, I don't need Philips.
You're
I'm sure
gonna-
Philips
this
is
is-
great.
Wow. This is the scheme we use when we watch True Detective or anything kind of cold and dark.
That's cool.
This is the scheme we use when we watch the Alien movies.
You have a whole scheme for like 8 movies.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I spent most of my afternoon doing that, just making settings for different moods.
Sure.
Yeah.
They're mostly
is,
green and orange and red and purple. One of them just looks like Ursula.
Right.
This I call Carpenter 78. It's basically green, orange, and purple.
That's great. Yeah, I have one that's very similar to that. See,
This is normal.
the
This is
off-brand
what we-
shit's just
we're
as
staying.
fine.
That's the default.
This is the default. This is the home base. This is how we like to live.
Because you're at home and we're going to have your video on the camera, you could change it depending on your mood or what movie you're talking about. You could change your little
do.
square.
I could do a whole lot. It's like if I wasn't sick, I might have actually planned to do something cool with this, but I didn't.
That's fair.
Fucking lazy bitch.
Yeah. What do you
Thank
got?
you.
What do you got to
Just
do?
at
except
home. What
lay
are you
there?
doing?
I've had, not gonna lie, it's been terrible. It sucks. It's been probably worse than the first time I got it, but I've watched so many movies.
I can't even fathom how many movies you've watched.
It's been a delight. That has been the only delight of all this.
It's my favorite part about getting sick. I'm telling you, man. Like, if I didn't know that I had a pretty substantial and significant couple of weeks with work right now, I'd probably go over to Curtis and Jess's Fungin and have Curtis breathe in my face.
This is a real
Not to
fun
watch
now.
movies. Just for the breathing part.
Oh, actually, that's a good point. I'll just go sit with Curtis, watch a couple movies, come home, and then I'll spend the rest of the weeks on the couch. And that's not funny. We can't joke about getting COVID.
Why not?
That's mean.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, but it's still kind of funny.
I mean, between us though, I'd totally let you do that, so then I could just sit on the couch and watch movies for a week.
Can't you just do that anyway?
No, I have to fucking work.
Pretend you're sick.
No, I'm not gonna pretend I'm sick. I'll feel guilty.
Oh,
I'm too honest.
I don't know what that is.
Guilt?
Yeah. So Curtis, since you alluded to it, do you want to talk about what you watched this
Oh,
COVID
golly.
week?
Yeah.
Golly gee.
Let's go through them.
What did Curtis
I also
watch in
know-
lockdown?
It goes to figure that the one thing I've been wanting to watch for the last 4 months is the one thing I haven't been able to watch, and you guys have all watched it.
Abigail.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm so
And
sorry.
now
So
for our
annoying.
in-depth, spoiler-ridden review.
Okay, so let's see. What have I watched since we
Could
did
we
this last?
technically
We
just
watched-
deafen him on this and still talk about
Yeah.
it on the episode?
You can,
Yes.
you can entirely
could,
do that.
yeah.
It's so funny.
Because you probably want to after a minute here. We watched I watched Season of the Witch, the Nicolas Cage, Ron Perlman film about the Black Plague and witches. Sucked.
Aww.
No, I'm shocked. I heard that's the only thing I know about it is that it's bad.
But again, Ron Perlman's never given a bad performance. So
Goddamn right.
there you
Exactly.
go.
Yeah,
That's
you hear that?
He has, and that's a bad movie.
It doesn't mean he's given a bad performance.
I know, but he has given a bad performance. That's okay.
Where?
Huh? Are we here
Where?
to talk about this right now?
We did this
I'm
last
asking
time.
you.
He
Yeah, we
made-
did this last time.
he-
The fucking alien resurrection, dude.
It's not a bad performance.
It's a bad
Good
performance.
You're crazy.
You're gonna find out later this year.
Several
Then I watched,
episodes of Sons of Anarchy.
I don't know about that. Then I watched Italian gem that Cody gave me and still sitting here. What have they done to your daughters?
Oh,
fucking
yes.
insane.
Cody was very excited about this last time.
yeah,
stupid.
it is a delight. I couldn't tell you. Us trying to shut that down would
Impossible.
backfire
Impossible.
really quickly.
It'd
be a lot of
trying to
fun.
follow the movie in general will backfire really quickly.
Yeah. But it was a good time. I watched The Holy Mountain, as the watcher, Patreon member would know.
Oh, yes. Didn't you also watch the Holy Mountain Listener Watcher? And didn't you also join us on Patreon to hear extra wonderful Shuddite Charles talk about it with us? I know you did because it was great. If you haven't, go do that right now.
Join up, do it. I finally filled in the last gap in my Rob Zombie oeuvre, and I watched 3 from Hell.
That's
Oh, you hadn't seen it?
No, I had never finished it.
Oh, what'd you think?
I liked it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
good.
fun.
It's fun. It's fucking wacky.
wacky and
It's
too long.
wacky, and it's a bummer. You could tell that his budget was so far stripped down from what he used to work with on these. Especially, there's 2 locations,
Yeah.
and the Mexico might as well have been. I mean, it was definitely down the street.
Oh, it's Santa Clarita.
It is the Arrested Development Mexico set. I'm not even kidding. It is 100% that set. When it showed up on screen, my first thought, that's Arrested Development Mexico. I guarantee it.
But I had a pretty good time with it. I was surprised. I was like, yeah, this is Rob Zombie shit. This is what I'm here for. Then I watched a gem that I had never seen that is just a big blind spot in my horror watching. I watched Sleepaway Camp.
What?
Wait.
Really?
Yeah.
You hadn't seen it?
No.
Did you know the end?
No. I
Yo!
had stayed pretty
Fuck
spoiler
yeah.
free.
What?
Like I had seen I kind of, so it's one of those where it's like I've seen enough imagery throughout just this world that I live in to kind of be like, there's something wonky going on with there's a surprise coming is what I knew. Right. But I did not know the end.
Well, for listeners that listeners, if you haven't seen Sleepaway Camp, stop listening for a few minutes. Dude,
Yeah, just skip forward.
Felissa Rose has a dick.
I mean, she's a man.
Well,
Yeah.
So does Joe Bob's mangled Felissa Rose coming off as the mangled dick expert make a little bit more sense?
Again, these are things that I just kind of willfully obfuscated in my brain so I could stay spoiler free on it. So I was like, yeah, I'm sure there's some weird dick stuff going on in one of her films. Just kind of how I But yeah,
Just didn't know it was going to be like little girl Felissa Rose has a penis.
No, I did not know that.
Shocking.
Dude, that movie rules. It fucking rules.
It does, right?
I need to watch it
It's
again.
like
It's been a long time.
Fully incredible. It's not just, hey, there's a thumbs up. It's like, it's not just a fucking, like it is a ripoff, but it's doing something interesting with its ripoff mentality. Like it's actual kids going through this stuff. You know, these are like 13 to like 16-year-olds, you know, doing these camp murders and like, you know, talking about sex and cursing and all this shit. I fucking loved it. I can't wait to watch that again.
I really need to see it again. I've seen it. I saw it once. It's probably like 10 years ago now. I watched it on YouTube just because I had to. I'd heard about it, and I just had to see what the ending of that movie was. And
You may rent all of them from Cody Video upstairs.
okay, thank
You have all of them?
Yes.
I'm
You
a
seen all of them?
No. No, I had a colleague, and his wife weirdly is not a big horror movie fan, but for some reason she really liked the Sleepaway Camp movies and Rocky Horror Picture Show. And when they were getting rid of their shit and doing a purge, he was like, "Hey, do you want these?"
Oh, of course.
And I was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I want these." So I have all of them. Yes.
Even with Lucas's sweater, he has a Sleepaway Camp Christmas sweater, and that just bounced right off you.
Yeah,
do?
I don't even remember what you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Minnie Mouse, but there's a candy
little
cane.
candy cane.
Oh, that's
Long
right.
runner.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hardly remember that. So
amazing, fantastic.
I don't know how that happened, but it
I'll
happened.
have to
And
scream at you the next time
What?
I'm wearing something so you'll fucking remember it.
Every time,
Next time
every
I
time
see
you're
you and
wearing,
I'm wearing
something.
something.
Yeah, every time I'm wearing something, just scream at him so he
Look
remembers.
at my
it.
RoboCop!
It's RoboCop, Curtis!
is that the Joel Kinnaman RoboCop?
I better not be. I'll
See?
fucking knock your teeth out.
That is, dude.
No.
You piece of shit. You fucking
Is
piece
it?
of shit.
Yeah, it is, bro.
I got it. Remember Loot Crate?
Yes.
I got it out of that.
Shocking that they would have the Joel Kinnaman version.
It is, isn't
No,
it?
the suit.
Oh,
The
is
suit's
it?
the
Hold on.
original. The suit is the OG.
I'm having trouble now.
The
seeing
new
his
suit
head
was
is.
dumb. The face is. I think it's just off
Zoom
enough
in.
to not get sued.
Zoom in.
No, that's Peter Weller.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you get to save your teeth. Speaking of RoboCop, today my 4K edition of RoboCop arrived.
Yay, from
As-
Arrow.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mine showed up the other day as well.
as did my 4K of Conan the Barbarian.
Ah,
So, as a
yeah.
loving son, I brought my father my Blu-ray copy of the director's cut of
Oh.
RoboCop, and I said, "You can have this now." He was excited.
Now he's got
so
it.
sweet.
Yes,
It's so sweet. He can watch himself
yes, and he will.
sweaty and upset.
Correct.
And then I watched I needed a little fight time. So I watched SPL2, aka Killzone 2, A Time for Consequences.
Fuck yeah.
This is the sequel to that Donnie Yen movie I watched a couple weeks ago. This one, sequel in name only, there's no bearing on the same plot or characters as the original. It's a Tony Jaa joint this time.
Ooh.
And it fucking rips. The other one was a little too boring. This one rips hard. Just Tony Jaa kicking ass, and it's really awesome.
Nice.
Then I watched a film called Riki-Oh, The Story of Ricky.
I've heard a lot about this.
This is a bro watch. This is a good pizza beer hang sort of deal. It's Cody, you and I went and saw Adam Chaplin at Beyond Fest last year, and Adam Chaplin is 100% say a ripoff, taking liberally from this. Very gory. It's based on a manga. Very violent, very funny.
What was this
this
called?
guy-
Sammy?
Riki-Oh.
Riki-Oh.
Yeah. The director of it directed Ghost Snatchers, Cody.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we figured this out. We were watching Ghost Snatchers. I remember this now. Yes.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
wild.
yeah.
I just touched it. I'm sorry.
Let's see. Then I watched a film that
Yeah,
I'd
all
never
over it.
seen before. I thought I had just had one to watch. It's called Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, the 1991 original.
I've heard that's fun.
I have not seen this either.
It's great fun. It is great fun.
I think my
it's good.
dad's in it.
Oh, if he is, I didn't recognize him. in it.
ADR, like background voices.
Got
I
it.
think so.
Yeah, that would make sense. It was a delight. It was nice little like kind of like young adult sort of parents go away fantasy movie, and it's good. It's a good LA Valley movie too.
Mm-hmm.
Good time. Then I watched a film that I'm going to talk about the rest of the year. May force you guys to watch at some point. Watched a documentary called American Movie.
We were talking about this the other
This
day.
The hell
this
is
is about a guy in Wisconsin. He's a filmmaker, an independent filmmaker, and it's about his dream to make a movie. All he wants to do in life is make movies. And so it's about him enlisting the help of all his shit kicker buddies and the financial aid of his 89-year-old uncle to make his shitty movies. And it is such a fucking disaster and somehow still like heartwarming and uplifting. I couldn't believe what I was watching at any given time. It was a true delight.
It's a real documentary?
Like this.
Or, yeah.
It's a real documentary.
Wow.
We have to watch this. It is something else.
Fantastic. Yeah, I really want to see it.
Where'd you see it?
I watched it on the Criterion channel.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
you fancy boy.
Yeah. Hearing about it for a while, so I wanted to give it a shot. Kind of now in the same realm of documentary, I watched a little mockumentary action. I watched Ghostwatch for the first time. You guys seen Ghostwatch?
Yes. It's so cool.
I've seen no Ghostwatch.
It's so cool.
It's a good time.
It's like
It'd
OG
be a good
Late Night
double.
with the Devil.
Oh, okay.
Be a good double with that. It came out. I remember when we watched Host when that came out. Rob Savage and those guys had talked about Ghostwatch a bit because it's a British thing. When it came out, it premiered like it was a real documentary that was being aired, basically like a late night news special that's doing like a ghost hunter style thing, and then shit goes really bad.
Wasn't
Pretty
it
cool.
Wasn't it released on TV?
I think so. Yeah, it's like it really fooled people.
Oh, I love that. Ghostwatch.
I think it's on Shudder, right?
It is on Shudder. Yeah,
Hey. Well, they can go. fuck
really good
themselves.
time. Really good time.
They can lick
And then
my
I watched
entire
something-
asshole.
I watched something, Lucas, that you would be proud of. And I finally became a member of Guy Ritchie's The Covenant.
Just put your America boner away.
No.
Let that freak flag fly.
Tread on my boner.
Don't tread on my boner. Good movie. Fucking good movie. Not gonna lie.
Do you
Love it.
Do you have suddenly feel impassioned about America?
No.
Are you suddenly
because-
confused about who you're going to vote for?
Suddenly
Are you going through
confused.
the same transformation that Lucas is continuing to go through, except that he's putting it down beside him? He's
Are you
Sequestering
you okay that we don't have universal health care now?
Because we have tanks.
Because we have angels of death.
because we have Angels of Death. Yeah, but I'm still very upset at the whole like calling a business and having to hold system. Which if you've seen the film, you understand. Lucas knows.
Mhm.
It is actually really interesting because it is a little more critical of the Americans' involvement in the conflict in Afghanistan over the last 20 years.
Oh, interesting.
And it does have something interesting to say there. The action's fucking awesome. Some of the plot points I was a little iffy on, and these be in spoiler territory. I don't want to ruin it for you boys who are chomping at the bit to go and watch the
Oh,
Covenant.
yeah, don't. I can't wait.
I only promised Lucas that I'd watch it this year. I didn't say when.
Yeah.
December
You'll
31st.
have an okay time, I think.
I'm sure I will.
It's good.
I trust
the score
Lucas.
fucking rules.
Mhm.
Score's
For the most part.
awesome.
Who did it?
I was gonna say it was Daniel Pemberton, but he did not do it because it sounds like a Daniel Pemberton.
Who
This
did
guy
it?
did a bunch of other Guy Ritchie scores, and his name is
Raffi? Dr. John?
Chris Benstead.
Chris Benstead. I'm
Yeah.
not familiar with his name, but I'm sure I know his work.
Yeah, if you've seen a Ritchie movie, you've heard his work. And I went back into the horror realm. We watched it. We were looking for a found footage joint, and we settled on a film called Noroi, The Curse.
Not for me.
Noroi?
Yeah, Noroi.
Oh, I see. Is
The
it from
Curse?
Japan?
Yeah.
It's a Japanese thing.
It's like
and it's
sorry.
yeah. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say it's like highly regarded.
Noroi?
Yeah, I was not a fan of really. I don't really want to knock it. I just because it's not like it's not worth watching. It's just
So-
it didn't feel like it did anything that was like
No Roy for you?
no Roy for me. It didn't feel like it was didn't anything that was like particularly special and interesting to me. It just felt like kind of something that kind of gets lost in the found footage annals, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I
Yeah.
don't know if you thought differently, Curtis.
No, I'd even argue that it doesn't do anything at all. Like nothing.
Wow.
Like,
Okay.
That's the worst thing it could do. It's
Yeah.
nothing.
It's an hour 55, and boy, it fucking feels it.
Hour 55?
Yeah, it's long.
Yeah.
For found footage? No.
Yeah. Yeah, not a lot there. It was unfortunate. Then there's a couple other things. Then I watched a film that had gotten a little bit of cult following recently called Cathy's Curse. You guys heard of Cathy's Curse?
Yeah, it's on my watch list. It has been.
Yeah,
It has been for a minute. I'm kind of excited.
It's a
about
delight.
This. Yeah,
It's a delight. It's real fun. It's like not quite batshit enough for me to freak out about it in the way that I usually do, but it's pretty batshit. It's just like people have described it as like Canadian tax shelter, The Omen, basically.
Okay.
Like, just take a fucking real budge version of The Omen and shoot it in Canada. None of it makes sense, and it's kind of a delight. Quick, fun. And Jess and I watched another found footage last night called The Tunnel, and we brought
The
this up
Tunnel.
to Tristan in the Discord.
Yes.
Does he
It's
know
an
the
Australian
tunnel?
movie. He does know The Tunnel.
Okay, great.
I'd never heard of
This one fucking rules. Yeah,
Yeah?
it's on Shudder. It just popped up, and there's also a feature-length documentary on it on Shudder. You're like, what the fuck is this thing that warrants its own documentary? And
Really?
yeah, and from what Tristan said on Discord, it makes sense. I guess when it came out, they just put it out on Pirate Bay. Just,
What?
like, let
Really?
it go into the wild. Yeah, I guess.
Whoa.
I haven't watched the doc or read up on it yet, but it's about Australian news crew doing a story in the tunnels of Sydney, and there's just like people going missing in those tunnels, and it's super fucking creepy and awesome.
What did they put it on Pirate Bay to try to like imply like, oh, this is real? The government
I'm
doesn't
not
want you to
sure.
see this, so this is why it's illegally on the internet.
I'm not sure. Got to get Tristan to re-up on our discussion thread or look into it more, but that's
Well,
apparently what they did, and the movie's awesome. Very excited to watch that documentary.
wow, fascinating.
And the last two things I watched, I'm continuing ape shit season as we get near the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And I'm going back to watch the original Planet of the Apes films. So I watched
Oh God.
the 68 Planet of the Apes and Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
So close.
What's happening?
These movies
What's
are
wrong
so
with close?
To what?
He's getting so close.
To what?
The one I wanted him to watch.
Tim
Tim
Burton's
I'm like, there's like 6 of these things. Which one do you want him to watch?
The only one.
Yeah, we're getting there, boys. We're getting there. God, these movies are so good. This is maybe my favorite cinematic sci-fi that's out there. I haven't
insane
seen
what you're saying right now.
any of these sequels.
Alien.
I haven't either. I haven't seen the sequels.
It's one I remember being a little kid, and I was visiting St. Louis with my family, and there was a snowstorm, and my dad took me to the video store, the Family Video down the street, and I rented I think the first 4, and I just sat in my uncle's study and watched all of them. I was like 8 or 9. It's magic.
For 14
They're so
hours,
much
you were
fun.
just down there, one after another.
4 movies. It's not 14 hours.
9 years old.
Oh, oops.
Idiot.
Don't do that, idiot.
Don't do that. It's very clear. There's a switch. Don't touch it.
It is dumb that these have switches.
It is kinda
because
dumb.
your standard SM58 does not have a switch. Why does this one have a switch?
Lucas bought him.
Why'd you buy this?
I don't know.
I can't argue with that.
They looked cool.
They do look cool.
Is that all you watch, buddy?
What else you got, Ding Dong?
That's all I watched,
That's a 57. You're talking to a 57.
Which is actually the exact same microphone, except this has this.
And it doesn't have a switch, I guarantee it.
That is true.
I don't think it does. No.
No, it does
No.
not.
It's correct.
So what, you watched 2 Planet of the Apes movies?
Yes.
And you liked the second one?
Yes, I love the second one.
Because I've only seen the first one and once forever ago.
What's cool, what I'm finding out is cool about them is even if they aren't, if some of them have a worse reputation than others, the endings will always kind of make up for it. Like the ending of the second one happened, and I was just like,
Does it
fucking
try to?
shocked.
Do they try to kind of retread the first ending, kind of
No.
thing? No.
in the sense that like the rug is pulled out from under you, yes,
Okay.
but like it is not the same thing.
No big reveals.
It's just wild. It is super wild.
Man, there's
That's all I'll
five.
say.
There's
You should-
5 of the original ones. I didn't think I realized
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, where are they available to? Are they streaming easily?
Yeah, they're on Stars.
Stars. I just think of from Resident Evil, right, Charles? He knows.
Yeah, so I paid for a month of Stars so I can watch those fuckers.
I think I have a Stars thing. I can let you hop on.
Yeah, cool.
Nope, never mind. You weren't that excited about it. Okay, I will go. My gifts need to be met with wild praise, or they are immediately revoked. Just let it be.
Yeah.
known.
Oh, okay.
If I offer you
I
something,
thought the movies that you're about to say.
No,
are
no.
your
Yeah,
gifts.
I was getting confused too for a second.
no. If I say something, and even this was treading on territory I didn't love, but if I'm going to give you a gift and it is met with anything other than, I can't even get
Oh
through
my
this. It's so
gosh.
insane. Wild joy, it will be immediately taken back. The gift.
I'd like to see you try.
Is this understood?
We'll have to test it.
I don't like how either of you are reacting right now.
Bring me a
There's
gift.
no gift.
You're off the gift list. I watched the scariest movie ever made. I watched Ex Machina
Oh.
because Kaylin had not seen it, had been wanting to see it. I was trying to look for something to watch with my dad because we were going to watch. Anyway, that's a longer story that isn't that exciting. But we settled on Ex Machina.
I've not seen that since it came out.
I hadn't either. And holy shit, it's so fucking scary.
It's
so-
horrifying.
And like it had been long enough. It had been way too. I mean, this was basically my first viewing because it started, and I'm like, "Oh, Donald Gleason's in this? Huh, I don't remember that." And then like 20 minutes later, I'm like, "Oh, he's the lead of this movie." I forgot the lead of this movie.
God.
I forgot.
Donald Gleason's the lead in that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember Vikander and Oscar Isaacs, but Gleason is the lead of the film.
Oscar Isaac, I feel, doesn't even have that much screen time.
He really doesn't. But he's just he's
Fuck
so
off,
magnetic
really?
and beautiful. Yes, Donald Gleason is the
Wow.
lead of that movie,
I don't remember that. Holy shit.
and it is so chilling and beautiful
Yeah.
and amazing, and like everything about it just fucking blew me away. But it's even, I think it's probably even a little more, feels more relevant now and more a little scarier today because AI is becoming so prevalent, and that's this whole movie is basically, should we be fucking with it? And it's really great. That Alex Garland, I like his stuff quite a bit.
Dude,
Oh,
I'll never forget the sound design of Ex Machina in
which-
particular. Like, I think just the sound effects used for all of her robotics, and then
Yeah.
also for when people get stabbed.
Yes.
It's a very specific
Yes.
like smoothness to it.
Yes, the stabbing. Spoiler alert! For a fucking 10-year-old movie, the stabbing is so smooth and slow. It's so unsettling.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck robots, man. Unless you're the future robots and you're listening, and then you're the best. Oh boy, boy, boy! I love the
he
robots.
talks about you behind your back.
Oh, yeah, these
though.
podcasts are all transcribed now, and so the AI is going to insta-read every podcast ever recorded.
I made Cody apologize to a robot once.
I now apologize to them all the time.
Oh, I
because
love
think that's
the
right thing
robots.
to do. I like being nice to everything. I'd like to to know though that Austin
Don't do. I'll take you down with me. I'll fucking drag you
take
down
back what
with
you said
me.
about the gifts. Take back what you said.
All right, you're back on the gift list.
Cool.
But you still have to be enthusiastic, or you won't get the gift.
That's fine. Robots. He doesn't say anything bad about you ever.
Robots, you're the best.
He loves you.
In fact, robots, wouldn't it be fun to have us be your entertainment? We could be like jesters for you in your new robot kingdom.
He loves the AI.
It's my favorite of the eyes.
I would jack off a robot, no problem. Like,
No problem.
Yes, robots, do you seek sexual pleasures?
Yeah, I'll do that for you.
We'll do that for you. Then I watched an old...
you okay?
Really hurt.
Oh, no.
Fuck.
What? Well, don't be slapping chairs.
Thanks, asshole.
Then I watched an old Roger Corman film called A Bucket of Blood.
Fuck yeah, you did.
Because it popped up on Shudder. And it is, the reason I watched it is I did a musical version of this
I was gonna
last
say.
year.
I recognize this.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember when you were doing this.
Yes. And so I was poking around Shudder and I was like, hey, I want to see this thing. And it's basically an hour long and I need to pad my numbers. So I was like, all right, Bucket of Blood it is. It's a fun little silly little Roger Corman.
Sorry, did you say I need to pad my numbers?
Yeah, I slacked the last couple weeks on my movie watching.
Oh, that's right. 'Cause you have a goal.
I guess I got to get back up.
Cool.
Dick Miller plays the lead.
Oh, yeah.
He's-
Miller.
yeah, super fun. It's worth an hour of your time. Then we watched The Holy Mountain, and we had a great conversation about it with Charles.
It's delightful.
And you can go listen to it on Patreon. Then I went to the theater. Sorry, Curtis, and I saw Abigail.
I think everybody here saw Abigail, and I think for Curtis's sake, we should just move on.
The only thing that I will say, and because this is not spoilery at all, boy, do I wish that this is a movie that I could have not known it was a vampire movie.
Also, same. I wish that they had just done a better job with the marketing campaign, although I also did not realize how long they've had this fucking movie in the can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got a dead guy in it.
Well, but he died not that long ago.
He died I think 2 years ago.
What? No.
Well, they shot this after Scream 6, so...
Oh, they shot it after? Oh, never mind. It's been like a year.
Yeah.
Point being, they've had it for a while. I have to wonder if, I imagine that the only reason that they made the marketing campaign the way that they did is because the movie didn't seem interesting without that. But
yeah, thinking about it, it's like if you want to get the horror fans to see it, that's the best way to market it, is say there's a vampire in it. But it's like, fuck, it is so built to have that be a reveal. And if you got that reveal...
I
would have blown my load if I was able to see this blind.
Yeah.
And just out of nowhere.
Yeah. Well, and I remember when the trailer dropped, Kurt it texted all of us, and he was like, "If you can avoid watching the trailer, don't watch the fucking trailer." And then it played in front of every movie that I saw.
Every fucking movie.
It played
that
constantly.
Quiet Place 2 and
Yeah.
that fucking Amy Winehouse movie. I cannot watch that trailer one more time. I'm going to fucking scream.
I've only gotten that one
if
twice,
I hear that
but-
go, I ain't no Spice Girl one more time. Fucking can't do it.
You're starting to sound like her right now.
Yeah.
Maybe. Can't do it. I need to live my songs. She never said that. She's never said I need to live my songs.
How do you know?
I've only seen this once on Instagram.
Yeah,
I
I've
haven't
only
even
seen it
in the theater.
Really?
twice in a theater.
Oh my God, I get it in front of everything. Do you not get it in front of everything?
I feel like I'm splitting the difference. I've seen it like 3 times probably.
Oh my God, dude, I can't
and
do it anymore.
I would like to not again.
I also missed most trailers because of Kaylin's obsession.
Oh,
with-
do you walk in right before the
That is
movie
Kaylin.
starts?
That is Kaylin's goal. It causes me great anxiety, and it's a horrible rift in our relationship. And despite my constant protesting, she cares not for the turmoil it puts me through. And we leave. If a movie is at 5:10, we are leaving our house at 5:10, and I have to fight her to leave at 5:05. And if we leave at 5:05, she's slow getting in the car. She's slow getting out the car. We got to she's got to get her phone out, pull up the app. She slows down on purpose because she does not want to sit in that chair a minute longer than she has to.
Why?
She doesn't want to sit that long.
Oh, because she's got
Oh.
ants in her pants.
Yes.
Like that thing. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
border
Sorrel
collie.
kind of has that too, but like when we watched Dune 2 for the third time, she ended up going and walking to like an area, like a place on the landing where she could just stand there and watch it for a second. But I was like, you know what? Do what you got to do, I guess.
Yes.
But yeah, she's kind of got the same thing. So I get it.
Yeah, Kaylin loathes it, so I don't see a lot of trailers. But we have a deal because there have been times where we've walked in during Nicole. There have been times we walked in as Nicole's ending, and the deal is if we walk in ever and the movie has started, from now on we will be in the theater at the time that the movie is starting, and you're going to watch every trailer that ever plays for the rest of your life. So you decide how much you want to play with fire.
God, I love that your version of negotiating these things is just the extreme version,
Yes.
the worst way possible.
Yeah, I take a Kissinger approach to my foreign affairs.
Kissinger approach.
Scorched earth. Just fuck them all. So that's all we'll say about Abigail until dear, sweet, beautiful Curta can see it. But I know what I did see that. Oh, God, Lucas didn't see this,
No,
but I did go see The First Omen.
Which yeah. Again, we should just kind of move on. Let Lucas just go see it.
He doesn't care about spoilers, but yeah, it's awesome.
Not for new movie.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
I didn't know there. I didn't know there were spoiler rules.
Well, like movies, I definitely want to see.
Got
I
it.
care, but there have been movies mentioned that one made in like 19 like Bucket of Blood. Go ahead. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you all about
Yeah,
it.
go ahead.
Got it.
First Omen's awesome. I went and saw it with my father yesterday.
Hell yeah.
Did he like it?
He did. He
Yeah.
very much did. Yeah.
Cool. Is that it?
Oh,
That's it.
Okay.
Austin,
Yes.
the moment.
No.
I know I'm not going to say it, but
He
I'm
can be
going to see if
cryptic.
he and I can get there.
Yes.
The moment that I specifically picked out that you would love the most.
Uh-huh.
Do you think you know what I'm talking
I
about?
think I do.
Toward the end,
That's true. Actually, now you can actually just speak freely because he can't hear you at all.
when the score kicks in.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Magic.
Erect. Yes. Beautiful. Just perfectly. Because I was ready the whole time for that,
clear.
and
You're
then
clear.
it came in at the perfect time. First Omen's great, and I think the thing that I loved the most about it is kind of the perfect framework for these legacy sequel prequels. It's ties directly into the original. It's very much inspired by and in the flavor of the original, but really does its own thing. So it feels like you're treading new territory, and you're not watching some rehash of the same old shit. Really, and I love the look of this thing.
Looks so good.
It looks so cool.
Yeah.
Everything about it was a lot better than it needed to be in about every way.
Favorite of the year thus far. I started my movie watching experience by also doing a thing where I had to go stand on the landing to be able to watch for a few minutes, and that was watching Civil War.
Oh yes.
I can remember few experiences in a movie theater in my life that I enjoyed less than this one.
That's fair.
It was a miserable experience for me.
Uh-huh.
I did not like. All that said, technically a great movie.
Yeah.
Outstanding, phenomenal. I had a really fucking bad time watching that.
Really?
Yeah. I had like all. It was a horrible experience for me. Like,
Because
start to
of-
finish. I was already kind of. I think I told you guys. I was already a little bit like uneasy about going to see this in a movie theater, given just how inflammatory the subject matter can be, construed from someone that doesn't know anything about the movie.
Right.
And given that some asshole, what was this, 13 years ago, shot up a fucking, screening of The Dark Knight Rises, a less inflammatory thing. It's a Batman movie,
Yes,
right?
yes.
I don't know. I was just nervous. So I
Yeah.
didn't feel great. I got the tickets knowing that it was a fucking Wednesday night. There was 2 other people in the theater.
Yeah.
By the time we got there, that theater was filling the fuck up.
Yeah.
So my head was immediately on a swivel. Didn't feel great.
Sure.
Right. I started to settle down. Then the movie started.
Yeah.
And I was immediately even before anything in super intense happened, I started to just not feel great.
Yeah.
Felt kind of my breathing start to get a little labored and weird. And then the first super violent moment happens where they take the girl that plays Priscilla Presley.
Yes.
They take her out for the first time, right?
Uh-huh.
And that first moment of heated action happens.
Uh-huh.
And I could feel that there was this yep, you're about to have a panic attack.
Was that the gas station scene?
The two
no.
the 2 buildings.
2 buildings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's,
Yeah. So I started to feel it coming. Actually, I think that's after the gas station scene, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
I think it's actually the next scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that gas station scene doesn't make you feel great.
No,
right?
it really doesn't.
So so I was I have to get up. So I got up and I left the theater for a few minutes. I don't think I missed much. I think I just missed it seems like I just missed a little bit of dialogue. Got back in, was able to settle down and watch the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
What just an outstanding feat
Yeah.
in filmmaking.
It's wild.
It's
That
incredible.
last 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah.
me,
Yeah,
man.
remarkable.
I mean, I think that needs to be in a lot of Oscar conversations because it's
I think on a technical level it should be without
absolutely
question.
yes.
I thought it was a little lacking in some areas. Particularly, I felt like it probably could have I felt like the message that it was trying to convey they could have done it in such a way that might have hit a little bit harder. But I don't think that they did a bad job with trying to convey what they were trying to convey.
Yeah.
It was a beautifully made film.
We've all seen this now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of Sorrell's take. And Sorrell has an interesting perspective because she is an immigrant and she doesn't really care about American politics. because she, I don't know how much business I should give out and think. But anyway, she doesn't really have an interest in American politics, given her situation. So she was like, I don't know. I didn't really keep up on it, so none of this kind of hits. And then also, which I kind of agreed with, it was hard to emotionally attach to one of these characters. They were more like stand-ins for something that's supposed to be representative of something rather than characters I'm supposed to like attach to and follow and, you know?
I actually thought that was like a kind of a beautiful point about the movie because it was supposed to me, reflect the way that journalism is supposed to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think all of that, it's the movie's doing something that you're kind of not expecting to do. So if you're not really ready for the way this movie's going to be portrayed, this seems like a very lackluster movie in that way.
I think if you're going in expecting, like what I was expecting, and probably most people were, like a pretty clear, defined, like it's this versus this. This is why there's a civil war, and probably something more echoing current American politics. That's what I was expecting, and it's not that.
I was so glad they didn't do that.
And upon reflection, I'm extremely glad they didn't do that, because if you come down too hard on one side, now it's preachy, and now it's either jerk off material if you agree, or fucking like just inflammatory nonsense if you don't.
Yeah, I think that's what people were afraid of. It's like some far left version of Sound of Freedom.
Exactly.
Right,
and it's
right.
not
Those
that.
propagandists,
And I
yeah.
think because it's removed, because it's a commentary on journalism, obviously on the surface, but I think also just as society, how we take in war imagery, because we get it all day on our phones, right? We're seeing shit out of Gaza, Ukraine. I mean, we're constantly gawking at this sort of war imagery, and we feel removed, but we're not. And I liked how it sort of forced you into this position of like, you can't have humanity and witness these things. You cannot really truly be objective about these things. Because if you're participating in one way or another, like by either not doing anything or doing something, you're participating in this. And I just thought it was a stellar. I need to see it again because it's been like the one that sat with me the most, and the more I've chewed on it, the more I've enjoyed it more and more.
Yeah, I mean, it was magnificent. Specifically on what you were just talking about, like the poignancy of the way that they made it, so that all people like really are kind of complicit.
Yeah.
In the act, it was brilliant the way they did that.
And like Kirsten Dunst's character, like her arcing one way, and I forget the other younger actress's name, her arcing kind of towards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's
Really cool.
It's like they start each here and they kind of go, this.
Yeah.
you know, you don't know what Kirsten Dunst. You can't relate to her at the beginning. And Kaylee Spaney, whatever, I can't pronounce what the last name is there. She starts over here where you're like, oh yeah, we're her. We can connect with her. But then as it goes on, they both, just like flop. The Kirsten Dunst is like, oh, she's a human now. And Kaylee's like hardened fucking
Junkie,
photojournalist.
yeah.
I love that a lot.
Yeah. But a very like very deep movie, very complicated movie.
I think one that you might
movie.
enjoy again at home.
I don't actually think I'll ever be watching that again. It was
fascinating.
it was deeply upsetting to me. Setting aside the fact that like the general environment I was having a little bit of trouble with, but
Sure.
like just the like that's just a deeply upsetting film for me, which probably just plays into like my general just paranoia.
Sure. I get
Right.
Totally.
It's just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it was a lot.
How about that sound
was,
design?
Oh,
Just
fuck.
fuck you
dude,
up.
it's not
I
incredible.
saw that in the fucking Dolby.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah,
Same here.
we saw it IMAX, and it was startling.
Yeah.
Those
You jumped so many times.
Those gunshots were startling, which was fucking brilliant. No, but I get what you're saying. I mean, Kaylin was like weeping after for no particular reason other than it was just an extremely tense 2 hours.
Right. The fact that I immediately am like on edge as a result of this.
Yeah. Well,
not
I
a
think
big
it's because it feels much more attainable than it should. Like it does not feel as sci-fi as I want it to.
Right, dude. No, in the middle,
right
in the middle of the fucking movie, like when they first get in that Ford, I think it's an expedition, and they start driving off, and they like, there's the moment where they hit all the cars, right? And, and they're like, they have to go off road. I was like, well, I knew it. I should have just paid the extra money for the 4x. Right? That was my first thought. Right? I knew it.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Dad, for talking me out of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I had a very magical experience, the absolute opposite of this. I went with my buddy Quentin took him to the New Bev for the first time, introduced him to Apollonia's
Oh, did
for
he
the first
enjoy
time.
it?
For you LA people, if you had not had if you have not had Apollonia's yet, I strongly suggest that you go there.
Still haven't done it.
Magic Pizza. He loved Apollonia's. Watching
Good.
his face
yeah.
take a bite, he looked at me like he looked at me and like I could just see the dripping out of his dick.
Which you get? Which one did you get?
He got the vodka slice, of course, and then I don't know if you guys have had this yet. The pancetta slice that they have now.
No.
Oh, it's
that sounds new.
absurd, dude. It's
Nice.
so good. But yeah, magic. But then we went to New Bev. We saw a double of Fright Night and Night of the Creeps.
Nice.
He had never seen Night of the Creeps. I hadn't seen Fright Night in about a year. But what was a nice surprise is that Tom Holland, the director of Fright Night and also Child's Play, was
Wait. Mr. Stark, Tom Holland.
Yes, the 20-year-old Spider-Man directed
Yes.
Fright Night in 1985.
Yeah. No, this is a very old man. He looks like he's going to turn to
Baby
dust at any
directing that
moment.
movie.
He was
Prolific
there
baby.
to present the film.
Fantastic.
Along with many of the cast members, of which I only recognized Amanda Bierce, who plays Amy, because all the other cast members who he invited up to introduce the movie with him did not receive a mic to talk, and he did not introduce them.
Fantastic.
So it was just actors in the film, but they all look, I don't know, 30 years older, so I have no idea what they look like. Watched that. That was great. Rewatched Ready or Not.
Wait, it was a double with what?
Hell yeah.
Night of the Creeps,
Night
which
of the
we
Creeps.
just watched.
Hey, if you haven't listened to our Night of the Creeps episode, Night of the Creeps episode, it's time to do that now.
You can do it.
It's time to do that now.
Smell that.
Smell that.
Then, because Abigail, we had such a great experience with that, I wanted to rewatch Ready or Not because it had been a minute. I'd only seen
I
that
need
in
to see that again.
theaters. Wow, what a just
Dude, it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so creative.
It's so fucking creative.
It's so its own thing.
I actually think I prefer Abigail.
I need to watch Ready or Not again. I need to watch them both again.
That might be a me thing because Abigail does some stuff that just plays into my sensibilities. But Ready or Not is just so tight. It's so tight. It's so good. I watched The Holy Mountain. I watched a film called The Girl Who Knew Too Much, a very early Mario Bava film from 1963. What a magical experience. Cannot recommend
Isn't
that
there a
enough.
lot like The Girl Who Knew Too Little? Someone knew too little.
There was the man who knew too little.
Yeah, the man knows
and I
too
think
little, the girl knows
that's
too much.
What does she know
Chevy
too
Chase
much of?
joint.
Goldilocks knows just the right amount.
She knows too much about detective novels.
Like just the titles or how they work.
All of them.
Well,
It's a great movie. I really recommend it. It was a really good movie. And then the last thing I watched is Before Sunrise. Continuing on my journey for emotions and feelings, as Lucas has dubbed it. I watched Before Sunrise.
and
Is that the first one of those?
It is.
Yeah.
I'm going to read exactly what I texted Curtis because I think that's probably the most accurate way I could phrase it. Hold on one second. Excuse me.
Wow, they text a lot, guys.
wow, you guys text a lot.
There's a lot of texting going on without Lucas and I.
Is that
we're
his
learning today?
Whose butt is
Mine and his.
Oh,
It's
together.
an old picture. It's a shunting picture. You guys weren't invited. Sorry. I thought it was a very good movie. I'm landing at very good movie.
I thought that's what you scrolled
That's what
to
you-
find.
No.
You see what I said to Curtis?
Yeah.
It was very good.
Superb acting, superb writing, incredible score. Incredible score. The photography is it's just beautiful. It's so thought provoking on just a number of levels, specifically with respect to like just relationships and existence. And it touched some like personal levels, like with my relationship with Maddie, because when we met, we were in a long distance relationship for a while. So it was just that feeling of like finality as a moment is coming to an end definitely resonated with me. That's a fucking boring movie. That is a boring fucking movie. It's a really boring fucking movie. So therefore, I think it's very good, but it's fucking boring.
Marriage Story, baby!
Marriage Story, on the other hand, is one of the most riveting things I've ever seen. I had to pause. The only time I paused that movie was to cry.
What about Past Lives?
I think Past Lives is better than this.
Cool.
I think Past Lives is.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I think Past Lives was a little bit more focused. I think.
Yeah.
And I think, Marriage Story is the like beyond focused. I think that thing is just so tapped in.
I cannot wait for you to watch the next one because these things are pieces of a whole to me, and this next one is the best sequel that's ever been made.
Yeah, I almost put it on last night. Me and Maddie decided to start. We were gonna watch the film Wish, the Disney movie.
Okay.
We started it. She fell asleep, so we turned it off. I don't know if I'll finish it.
Wish?
Yeah,
I've heard it's not good.
straight up. The
Doesn't
animation
look
is
good.
the animation's pretty interesting. Like Pixar it feels like they did something like cool with Pixar animation that I haven't seen yet.
Not a Pixar film, right?
No,
Disney
I don't
Animation
think so.
Studios.
I thought it was Pixar.
I think it's actually Disney.
Oh,
Disney Animation Studios.
well,
Because they're trying to kind of lean into that and bring it back.
I'll just go fuck myself.
They want to give that a name like Pixar.
It is Disney Animation Studios.
Well, that explains a lot, and also why it basically just looks like, I don't know, Pixar filtered through a scanner darkly.
they're
Speaking
just
of Richard Linklater,
Speaking of Richard Linklater, right?
they're just getting a bunch of pressure from the success of those Across the Spider-Verse movies to like all do this style, and
I feel like this isn't like that though.
to do the cell shading thing.
Is that
Like
what?
Scanner,
Is that how you?
Scanner Darkly is called cell shading?
Oh, okay. I don't like I. It's like it's almost as if they took a Pixar film and then pencil drew the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, so they're trying to accomplish some like 2D while 3D while 2D.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, and it's cool looking.
That's I mean, I like it. That style is just getting overused.
That in the movie, like dude, even Chris Pine can't save that fucking thing.
Even Chris Pine.
Yeah, even Chris, he's the best Chris.
There was, if you gotten there's a DreamWorks movie coming out that looks really cool. That style that they pulled off for that
Shrek
movie.
5.
Getting Shrek 5? Fuck off! Are we really?
I don't know.
Are there 4?
That movie would make $1 billion.
I'm so
A
excited. I
Shrek
love
5
Shrek.
would make $1 billion.
Yeah,
And
probably get.
anyway,
I'd go to see that at a Regal instead of an AMC. Pay for it each time.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true. What am I talking about? It's your turn.
I only saw a big nail and what's it called?
a big nail.
Sorry, that was almost just for Austin. And Holy Mountain. That's it. I had a very busy week.
Sorry, a big nail.
Yeah,
Donut.
that's the vampire ballet movie.
Well, I hope you watched at least one more movie.
I did.
Yeah. Could it have been? Does somebody else want to scream this?
Not really.
Okay.
Bravo!
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
All I want to do is just start singing the Dickies right now.
I know.
Do it. Why not?
Clouds. Oh, the thumbs down.
I'm not going to sing.
Ah!
Why does she look like that?
What? Oh,
You have a ghost in your house.
I just pooped.
La Fantasma.
they shit themselves, and I didn't even know you walked by me.
I just automatically assumed it was Jess because.
You scared the shit out of them.
Can we see this?
Why is your face glowing red?
This treachery.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, she's gonna pop up creepily.
We saw her bend, kind of like creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'd be creeping.
I like it.
What the fuck?
What is that?
Jesus! Is that one of those fucking masks? Those radiation things.
She's a Jabberwocky in training.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's her skincare routine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was
Those
like, I have
red
so
light
many
masks.
fucking questions about what that is.
They're great.
Yeah.
It's a skincare thing.
Yeah, it's like a red light
Yeah.
therapy thing.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And they look horrifying.
Yeah, that's horrifying in every way.
Yeah. It's a delight. It's a real delight. She can't see anything now, so like doesn't matter what I do.
Oh, because it's just the red light in her eyes.
Yeah.
So does she just lay there?
Yeah, she just lays there. And just swats the air 'cause she thinks
Like that
someone's
guy
fucking
in
with her.
Bodies. That
Yeah,
thing, right? That
exactly
scene?
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lee Pace, yeah. All right. We shun this bitch down. I think I should go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should go for. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Should we test this?
No, it works.
It
It
works.
It worked Sunday.
Okay, so Curtis is first. I'll go second.
Yeah.
Fourth. Third. All right. Killer Clown out of space.
There's a couple of kids making out on Lover's Lane, and they see a thing flying overhead, and it's a big top circus tent, and it lands in the forest, and the guy and his dog, farmer and his dog, go out and check it out, and it's a bunch of crazy clowns, and they shoot a gun right at the farmer, and
then the two teenagers go to try to figure out what's going on because they see this giant thing crash, and they walk over, and they go inside the tent, and there's fucking weird clowns and shit, and people are getting put in fucking cotton candy vials, and they go and they see this giant, like, they figure out they're in a spaceship, and there's these weird popcorn.
And then they go to try to tell the cops, and the cops don't believe them at all. And then they, one of the kids finally dies, and so they're like, "God, you gotta follow me." And then they show them the cops, and then the clowns are doing a big parade, and they're taking everyone in the town. And then they find Debbie gets kidnapped.
Oh, Debbie gets kidnapped, put in a balloon so they can chase her, and they go into the ship. The ship's at the pier, and they go in, and there's just clown shit everywhere, and they're racing, and then, Clownzilla, big clown, and they fight their way out, but the cop stays behind, but he's alive, yay, and so are the dumb friends.
Woo!
yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know why my voice is
Killer
devolving like
clowns.
Yo, what's going on?
I don't know.
What's going on, Macho Man?
It doesn't hurt.
You're starting
at
to
all.
sound sexier.
Thank you. I don't know why my voice is sounding like
Listeners-
this. It was fine when I got here.
You should sign up for Patreon and tell us how sexy you think Lucas's voice sounds.
The only other time my voice did this when I was doing that ultra annoying.
Sucking on that dick!
Yeah. No, the Tom
annoying.
Waits impression.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah, at Dots, yeah.
Talking about getting on the gumbo.
Yeah, the impression that we will not do on the show.
Lukey, you picked this film.
I did.
Is this the first time you saw it?
This is the first time I seen it. And
What was your viewing experience like?
oh my God. I was like shitting my pants at how much fun I was having at this.
Yeah, dude.
I can't believe, like, now I was like, oh, now I know why this is a cult classic.
It's a fucking blast.
Because actually, my only experience with this movie had been all the times that it's been at Hollywood Horror Nights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've done this maze a few times now.
Yeah, and I think pretty much every time I've been there anyway.
Really?
So, yeah.
They've done-
They've done two mazes. They did the same maze basically twice.
Yep.
And they did a scare zone in
Yep.
between that.
Yep.
And yeah, watching this movie, you're just like, yeah, this is the perfect fucking Horror Nights maze.
Oh, God.
Perfect Horror Nights
Built to
maze.
be.
It's just set pieces. It's
Yep.
just like visuals and set pieces. It's like, yeah, it's perfect.
And then also, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it's having this like wonderful resurgence in the zeitgeist where for some reason everybody is suddenly conscious of this thing. And
Yes.
now like all of the things that this has been a favorite of mine for a while, that all of these like things that they've talked about trying to make are now finally coming to fruition. We have the video game coming out in a couple of months.
I did not realize there was a video game
Yeah.
until I was reading about it for this. That looks awesome.
We've got the video game coming out. There's been a show that was trying to be developed, a sequel that was trying to be developed.
Right, yeah.
Things just keep getting canned. I'm so happy to see that this thing is like getting like the love it deserves because it's so silly,
Yes.
but it's so fun. Like this is
so
the
good.
most unpretentious
Yes.
fun you could have.
Yes.
It's
and-
so strange though. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say on it resurging, because I was telling my dad that I watched this, and he's like, oh, yeah, it's fun. It's like, I met one of the guys in that Halloween store over there in Burbank, one of the directors.
One of the Chiodos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah. I was telling him I liked it. And I was like, well, if you make another one, put me in it. And he was like, oh, yeah, I will.
Oh.
And I was like, okay.
That's so weird because one of my first thoughts in this movie is going to that farmer, going like, "That's Bill Farmer. That should be Bill Farmer."
100%. 100%. He's not that old. But yes, that would have been, yes. I had always been aware of this movie, but I had not seen it until this.
Oh, this was your first time too?
Correct.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes, I had not seen it. It's fantastic.
So only Curtis and I had seen this.
I love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's everything
It's
I
so
wanted it to be.
It's so strange. I probably saw it the first time like 5 or 6 years ago, so pretty recent, all things considered. But that this, like Cody, like you're saying, there's no sequel, even though there's been things trying to have been made for a while. It's like there's just this one movie, and yet it has like such a, it's definitely a cult following, but like such a presence in the horror sphere. It's like everyone knows the iconography, everyone knows the fucking song. It's like for something that's just one movie, one 88-minute movie, it's like the imprint, the footprint it's left is wild to me.
It's almost like the Iron Maiden of movies. in that it's like a T-shirt and merch thing that like everyone has, but has never
oh,
seen it.
that's an
Yeah.
interesting way of putting this. Yeah, that's a very interesting way of putting it.
Or the misfits of movies.
Yeah, or the Misfits of the movie.
Well, and on that note, I mean, contemporaries, the Dickies, did the fucking song, which I think is so cool.
Yeah.
And I love. I learned this today that the Dickies had not seen the movie. They were just asked to do the song. They heard the title. They wrote that song,
I mean, it's
and that I love that in every
Yeah, what
way.
else do you need to know?
That's all you need to know.
But I just loved how perfect, like, just that the melody line goes. It's so
because
carnival
it's
and
the,
wonderful.
Well, it's the
yeah.
entrance of the gladiators.
Yes, yes.
Which is that? I think that's public domain.
Yeah.
I could sing it if I wanted.
But I learned that I guess because it's funny because I found out about the Dickies because of this movie, whereas a lot of people.
I got a book when I was like 11 from my mom. That's how I learned about the Dickies.
Oh, did you?
And there he goes. Oh, he left.
Oh, he just left. Oh, we're not doing a show or anything.
Oh, there's
I'm still here.
There's a
I
floating.
hear you.
I'm
Just
kidding.
making sure my cat was.
But like I guess when the movie came out, a lot of people that went to see the movie, from what I've now learned, were fans of the Dickies that knew
Oh,
that
interesting.
they had made this song.
Oh,
for this,
really?
which I think is really fucking cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
For the listeners that are not familiar with the Dickies, you should absolutely go out and check out the incredible Shrinking Dickies. Their album, it's fucking rad.
We'll play some of it right now.
Great band.
Right here.
I will be seeing them. I can't believe this. I will be seeing them very shortly at No Values. They're playing at the Punkcella.
shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
wow.
excited. Guys, this movie had a $1.8 million budget.
That's fucking insane.
Isn't that fucking insane?
How did that happen?
A $1.8 million budget in 1988.
It actually feels like a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's quite a bit
It's
of
$1
money.
million dollars more than Alejandro Jodorowsky's The Holy Mountain.
Yeah.
Well, but the Holy
I'm
Mountain's
saying
73.
Oh, so that
still.
technically is way more, maybe.
No, this is still
73
more.
to 80.
This would probably be like $5 million today.
Yeah.
I think with
Yeah.
inflation, right? 1.8 million.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
well,
easy.
Well, I think that they shot the movie in 36 days,
It's long.
largely outside of Santa Cruz, which I think is really interesting.
Yes.
Guys, that popcorn gun,
Yes.
$7,000 for the popcorn gun.
Yes.
It was a working popcorn gun. Actually shot
Want
popcorn out of it. But they spent all that money on that thing. What I gather is that they were like, we need to figure out better ways of doing this. And I guess the Chiodos, they're as brothers, they had worked on like special effects.
It seems like they're
Prior
special
to
effects
this?
guys.
Yeah.
But they came up with all these like wild and interesting ways to like make everything work, and they reused. I forget what the person's name was that was doing all the special effects, but they would find elements to do a set piece, and then they would just figure out ways to make those same things work for everything else they were doing.
Smart.
So they were able to just kind of keep costs down, and then they were able to invest more in things like the popcorn monster, baby things.
Oh,
yeah,
fuck
the
yeah.
coolest
The clown
fucking things.
gremlins.
Yes, it's so fucking cool. I love that so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. One of the things that struck me the most about this movie is how fucking good the masks looked.
I know.
Yes,
They're
And-
so
And how
good.
there's just a bunch of them that was like, there was at least
18
like, what,
no,
20?
It's 18 clowns.
Wow.
There's 18 clowns, 13 performers.
Like all the masks are good, and then the close-ups with the articulating ones, I was like,
Yeah.
"Fuck, these are good." And also, like because of that, this movie like was weirdly scary and upsetting to me.
yes,
I was
Yes.
weirdly
I-
like unhappy. Like
Yes.
this is scary.
The
Like what
way
they're
they
doing
made
is
them,
horrifying.
Like walk normally or like saunter. The way they walked was so unnerving.
yeah, they just kind of like float through.
Yeah.
And like the turn, like yeah, it weirdly scared me. Like this is truly horrific. Like turning everyone into the candy cane fucking monsters.
the candy cane monsters, or the fucking
Yeah,
the
not
cotton candy
cotton candy.
cotton candy pods to liquefy them
Oh.
and drink.
like spider,
Yeah.
cotton candy
So
spider shit.
horrifying.
The how about the fact that they make that fucking cop? I mean, the fascist. They make him a fucking
so good.
a fucking puppet,
Yes,
which
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that for so many reasons.
Beautiful.
But like, it's freaky.
yes, that's
Very
Dean-
unnerving.
That's from Animal House, Dean.
Yes.
I knew him, and I wrote down a couple of his quotes because I loved him so much. These kids, I'd shoot them all.
Yeah.
And I made it through Korea. I can make it through this shit.
Yeah.
I loved what they did with that character.
was
Just
great.
make him like dialed up to 10.
So
Yeah.
the Chiodo brothers, they had a bunch of names that they would give the clowns that
Yes.
they claimed that like they were the names that they kind of used on set. But since then, it seems like the fans have all given them names, and I would like to share the names.
Go for it.
We have Jumbo, Fatso, Shorty, Rudy, Spiky, Slim, Bibbo, Chubby, Joe, Magori, Talls, Storefront, Frank, Boko, Rosebud, Daisy, Baldo, and Clownzilla.
Fuck yeah.
I definitely know which one Clownzilla
It
is.
actually
Who
portrayed
is
by one of the
Storefront?
Chiodos. Storefront is the one that is in front of the store.
Like with the who's doing that thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like kind of like
Alright,
one of the
alright,
first
alright.
ones we see, one of the main
Yeah.
ones.
Yes, and I actually, it's funny. I'd never noticed until I watched it again today with the director's commentary, and I had never noticed that like just how many there are.
No, I did not.
In my head,
realize-
there was always like
4 or
5 or
5,
10,
yeah.
something like that, right?
Yeah.
Like not that many. In fact, I thought Storefront was just I'd always confused that one with another clown. Definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like the Baja Men.
Yeah, there are a lot of those guys.
They are like the
So
Baja.
many Baja Men.
It's fucking
They need to be in
insane.
the sequel.
How many are there again? You
There were
told us this.
9.
That's nuts.
The Slipknot of the Caribbean.
I thought this was interesting that I learned today. Apparently, they were thought of as alien slugs that just happen to look like clowns.
Interesting.
They're not supposed to
That's
be
like
wearing
the
makeup
lore?
or anything. Like that's
Well, they
like,
kind of alluded to. There was like a throwaway line in the movie, something about like maybe they've come here before, and that's where we get our idea of clowns. Is like that's why they look like clowns. Is like they've actually been to Earth before.
Oh,
people
clever.
saw them, and that's where they got the idea for clowns.
I
so it's like
missed
the other
that
way
line.
around.
That's very
which I
clever.
also really like.
That
and
is
enjoy.
a lot of fun.
Because it makes more
It's like
sense.
it's like Pete. I want to see the fucking. This is the prequel I'm interested in. I want to see fucking P.T. Barnum like get lost in the clown tent.
oh, that would
come
be cool.
out fucking tripping balls and like I have an idea, guys.
That's what Greatest Showman should have been.
That's what it should have been.
That would be fucking cool.
I also, as long as we're talking lore, in my head canon, this is somehow a prequel to Us.
There's a good yes.
Because they ended up on that Santa Cruz boardwalk, and I'm like, wait, I've seen this boardwalk. I'm like, is there a world where they somehow planted this, this government
yeah.
experiment?
No,
It
no,
happens-
dude. Don't you know it goes The Lost Boys, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Us.
Or all what? That's the chronological?
That's the chronological order.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
That's a good triple feature.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now I know. I didn't know.
Now you know.
Lay off.
Sorry.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck are you doing?
Just trying to help. Okay. Just trying to help.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I love that. I love that a lot.
So this was intentionally supposed to be kind of a derivative of The Blob, which I know that the
Okay.
three of you recently watched the remake. So I thought I'd
No, I
highlight
watched
that.
the original.
Oh, it
I
was.
didn't watch the remake.
I thought you watched the remake.
No, I watched the 50s one.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't watch any of them. Not recently.
Yeah,
Okay.
what the fuck are you doing right now?
I
Who- they-
feel like I'm tripping. I feel like we talked about the Blob recently, like more
I
than
watched
once.
it.
Yeah,
I
he watched it.
I
Yeah.
watched the
Kevin
newer
Dillon one.
Yeah,
The
you
80s
watched the
one.
newer one. Okay, then
Yeah.
you watched the original. Well,
I just like him.
clearly, like I don't know. I think it's cool that like it's set up. It's set up like a kind of a I don't know a fun version of the Blob. in a way,
100%.
right?
That 50. Yeah, because I actually did think of the Blob while I was watching this movie because the same opening, right? Of like the meteor and there's an old guy in the woods
With a dog.
who's like, oh,
Yeah.
let's go see what it is.
The difference is they let the dog live in the Blob.
Yes, they were not so.
Bad guys have a theme song
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I guess what they were thinking about when the Chiodos were writing this and thinking about how they wanted to do it, they were thinking about what would happen if they put their actual friends in the story of the Blob. So most of the characters are based on like their actual friends, like the two dudes that are in the ice cream truck.
dudes.
I
Like
can't
those
remember
are actually they're
names.
good.
I kept calling them the Toretto brothers.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. But I guess like they had two friends that were always like driving around trying to figure out like weird ways to pick up girls.
That's We all have two friends who do that.
Yes, right. So that's that guy, right? The dude that was the main guy, the main lead.
Yes.
I'm blanking what his name is. That's like one of their best friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just, I don't know. I thought it was very clever that like the whole idea was that they were putting like all of the people that they grew up with and have wonderful stories with in the movie. And then they would, as a joke and nod to themselves, they would put little Easter eggs about their own friends in the movie that the audience wouldn't know about, right?
Right.
I just thought that was just a fun.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's just a great way of doing that. It made me wonder about how I would make a movie with you guys in it
Well.
or about you. I haven't. I'm not
Oh,
gonna
that's
share.
that. I also really appreciated that speaking of those friends, that their ice cream truck having a clown on it paid off. That was the whole time like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? They have a clown? Is this gonna?
Yeah, yeah.
And yes, it does.
And they
somehow stun all the other clowns by existing.
They refer to that as their homage to the Wizard of Oz,
Okay.
where all of the clowns were suddenly mesmerized by the voice from the voice from the ice cream truck. It's like that's a really, really, really silly Easter egg to drop in there,
It's
but here we are.
fantastic.
It is
Yeah.
fantastic.
No, it's funny that you bring up like how they incorporated their friends and the things that they like grew up with and knew into the story, because for all intents and purposes, there is basically no story here.
No.
You know, they're like we shutted it down based on the events that we saw, but there's really not a lot of plot. It's just the clowns come to the planet, decide to
this happens, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens.
and then the kids eventually thwart their plans. It made me think, like, we got to the end of it and I was like, I wasn't sure what like the plot stakes were, and as like the clown tent shit blew up, I was like, is that whole town dead now? Like all those people are really dead, right?
Yes. That and
Oh yeah, they're dead.
well,
Like-
and in theory, like the everybody at the end, the last scene is them getting thrown like the acid pies on their face.
Right. Yes,
So,
I
like-
thought that. The like haha ending. I'm like, wait, shouldn't they be like, ah,
Yeah.
fuck?
Well, it's funny at the end that even the brothers are like, yeah, we don't really know what happened there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's the best shit.
Really.
But no, yeah, everyone.
Not
Well,
a,
it's
not
like
a plot forward thing.
it's also like the like candy can the cotton candy cocoon is really a one way trip.
Yes.
They're
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, they're dead.
The second they get zapped, they're dead.
Well, in this case, the ship flew away.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, right.
But they were dead already. Like,
Right,
there's no rescuing them anyway.
Yes,
They're
that's
dead.
true. That's
but
a
I
good
guess there were other balloons. So it's so terrifying when Joe Swartz funny. But there were other balloons, so theoretically they captured other people alive. They're all just dead.
They're all dead.
So it's a bad time for everyone in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, very bad time.
Okay, so can I get into the thing that we were talking about a little bit?
Yeah.
That there's a social commentary read on this movie.
Oh yeah, we absolutely should.
That and it sparked my thought when towards the end, the sheriff throws his badge and it pops into confetti to distract Clownzilla or whatever, allowed him to escape. And I'm like, did they just say the police badge is a joke? And then I thought about the rest of the movie. I'm like, oh my god, are these clowns cops? Is this whole movie about fuck cops?
Oh, cops are clowns.
Yeah. In like the parade of them indiscriminately imprisoning people all the time, and there's a read where they're cops.
It's a compelling read.
The ACAB version of Killer Clowns.
I mean, clearly there's a cops suck narrative, right? With the like the super fascist cop
Oh
next
yeah,
to
and then
the
bringing and also when they brought in those two punks just for drinking wine, and they're they were literally not doing anything, and they're just giving shit to those kids for not
Well, it's
this whole movie hates cops.
80s Reaganomics. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. They're fucking screaming at it. It feels very punk as fuck that moment.
Yeah. That one of the like side characters who gets kind of forgotten about quickly in the opening shot, he's like got all his groceries and he's drinking the beer, and then the cop in the car is like, I'm gonna get you kids, you know. So there's just another
That dude, I'm blanking on his name. He went on to be like a pretty well-known comedian.
Which guy?
I think that was like his first role. It's the dude that's walking across the street carrying all the beers.
Really?
Yeah. I'm blanking on his
see
name.
Show
him,
me.
suddenly.
he's in the back of a car in the next scene or two as well, and I was thinking we'd see more of him, but he
Hold
kind
on.
of disappears.
It might be my
All
search
right.
history.
That's really fascinating about the. It is very anti-cop, but I guess I don't know. In the same way, like a lot of those teen movies kind of were. especially
Yeah.
in the 80s. That was just kind of the vibe.
Anti-authority.
Yeah.
Cops are the easiest authority sort of thing outside of your parents, I think.
Right. Well, and Young Cop it wasn't too bad.
That guy was
Yeah,
Chris
not-
Titus.
Not Glenn Powell.
Yes. Not Glenn Powell.
Oh, Chris Titus. That guy had a show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the dude walking across the street in the beginning is Chris Titus.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, funny. Yeah, it is. Oh,
I
crazy.
think it was his first role or something.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, but Younger Cop, he had I don't know if any of you caught this, but there's at the very end when he like is alive, he holds that girl in such a strange way because they're not together. Like the whole movie, they're implying that like he maybe wanted to date her and they didn't. But in the final shot, if you watch, like he's like grabbing her, he like grabs her shoulders and kind of like smells her hair, like as if they were a couple. And I was like, the fuck is this? It's so
That's
weird.
Gross.
So in that way, yeah, cops are creeps.
Well, how about the part where the cop from or the shitty cop, or really shitty cop, is laughing at the gun magazine. He's like sitting. He's sitting at his desk, like reading a magazine, just chuckling. It's just a gun magazine.
I mean, he's only got gun magazine. I noticed that on this watch too. He's only reading gun paraphernalia. He's got like there's like another chart that's sitting up next to him that's just like a chart of different handguns. I guess that's all that
I didn't
he's
notice
fucking
that.
looking
That's
at.
funny.
I love the sight gag shit like that. Like
Yeah.
their little detail. I love it.
When he even at one point says, "You're not gonna make," it's towards the beginning. He says, "You're not gonna make a dummy out of me."
Oh, he does he?
Yeah, and then he goes on to
Fantastic.
become a dummy.
He's a
I love
literal
that.
Wow,
dummy.
Yeah.
a little bit clever.
A little bit clever.
Clever Chiodos.
This is I realized this is the second, not quite a double feature because we had one in between, but Suzanne Snyder, who plays the female lead, was in Night of the Creeps.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. She's got a small role in that. If I
Really?
remember.
Small
Yeah.
role.
Yeah.
She's the sorority sister who answers the door.
Yep.
Right?
It's-
when they're all
it's
the
this
zombies
one.
are coming up to him.
Oh, wild.
Oh, funny.
Yeah, it's the top banner on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
She's the lead
Yeah,
in Clowns?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did not recognize her at all. I guess I didn't really pay much attention to the faces.
One thing that this movie does was a weird little repeated joke was when lines of dialogue got repeated for an extended amount of time. I know what happened towards the end. They kept going, another door, another door, another door. Like, and they say it like fucking 7-8 times.
I don't think I clocked that.
I don't
And
think I
then-
did either.
And then there's also the
I missed
that
moment
one.
where he's doing that really bad Native American thing.
Oh, dude,
that really
was
cringy thing.
that was so rough.
rough.
And
Oh,
he's repeating a word over and over and over to her again, like over and over. I forget what word.
What
it
word was?
is.
Well, how did he say it?
I don't know.
How did he say that?
You
word?
know-
I don't know
you know
how
how
he
he said
said
it.
What kind of a way did he say that word?
I don't racially, racially,
Like what it sound like?
racially insensitively. I
Like-
don't know.
like
I don't
what
wanna
it sound
say
like?
I don't want to say it unless you're going to pay for it.
Ah, that's in the above the touching tier.
And then there was one more moment. Anyway, I thought it was weird. Weird little thing that this movie did.
I love the another door moment because it was just like that was another kind of a sight gag thing. Open a door, like the smaller door, another door, open it, a smaller door, another door.
Yeah, I love that sight gag shit.
What was your guys' favorite like gag in the movie?
Oh gosh.
I think mine's either the balloon animal
Oh,
or
I love
Oh
that.
god, it's so good.
or the fucking the shadow puppets.
I was shadow
Oh,
puppet.
that
Which
was
is-
such a cool moment.
And the absurdity of the giant hands
Yes.
doing
Yes,
like the super skinny waisted woman.
I love it.
It's so good.
I love it so much. Also, weirdly terrifying that scene. They all got eaten by a shadow monster.
Very alarming. Very alarming.
Oh, the dog, the rubber balloon dog. Like that was so early too. That like, or really early on. I'm like, this is my kind of movie because that's such
Yeah.
a dumb, wonderful joke.
I guess they kept having trouble like filming that because they'd blow the dog up and they'd start walking it and it would just pop.
Fantastic.
So they had to cover it in latex.
Oh, okay.
Like liquid latex to make it so that it would.
It wouldn't pop.
Yeah, it
all the
wouldn't pop every
sticks and
time.
Stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, funny.
Imagine they had to hire like a real clown to be on set to do those animal balloons.
Yeah, and
that's a good
he's
question.
in makeup.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to be at all, but he just is.
Yeah.
Honestly, the cotton candy cocoon, I just think is such a great
Yeah.
visual thing. So smart.
Trick or Treat Studios has had a prop version of that that is
Oh.
sort of relatively reasonably priced,
A what version of that?
like a prop that you can buy.
Oh, I see.
Available
How big?
for several years.
Yeah.
Different sizes, if I remember correctly. And I have been this close to buying it every
Buddy.
fucking year.
I would get a life-size one of those.
Well, because I wanted to hang it from like right there
Yeah.
and just have it in the room.
That'd be cool. It'd also be a great Christmas tree ornament.
They
Yeah.
do make. I believe they do make those. I think I've seen those before.
They should. They should cut me in because it's a good idea. I thought of it.
They should cut you in on the idea that already
Yeah,
exists.
I thought of it too, so I should
Okay.
get a cut.
Yeah, that. God, I'm gonna start saying that to people.
What?
I thought of it too, so I get a cut now.
Yeah, it's a good- yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I got there too just later. Cut me in. It's bullshit. Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch. Guys, there's one thing that I learned about this movie that I started to cry when I heard about this. So the guy that gets pulled into the dumpster outside of the burger restaurant. Do you remember this? Do you remember this? So
Yes.
when during the audition, this is Stuntman, and during the audition, the Chiodo brothers asked what he could do because I guess he was like a local guy, and one of his buddies walked up to him and kicked him square in the balls, and he just stood there smiling.
That's his talent?
He just stood there smiling, and they're like, "You're hired."
That's amazing.
They didn't use that though.
No.
They just liked it. Like, we'll figure it out. They didn't use his one talent.
I thought I was gonna explode
That's
when I heard
insane.
that. Like this guy is having his balls tortured and not even using that.
I know. How could you not? Like, that's such a clown thing to do, to have it walk up and kick him and he
Right.
just smiles.
Put that in the movie. I thought that'd be so funny.
Because TBH, I kind of weirdly enough pinpointed him on this watch, being like, he didn't really fall into that dumpster convincingly enough.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
I was like, I didn't buy it. Yeah, I was like, 'cause obviously he's just getting into the dumpster, and I can see him acting like he's just trying to be pulled, but he's just getting into it. So, it was a silly little quibble, but
Actually, that reminds me. There was a scene that took them forever, I guess, to figure out. They for whatever reason on like the bonus. I'm not gonna lie, the bonus features on my Blu-ray lacking. But
Really?
yeah, lacking.
Oh,
but I'm
shame.
watching one of like the making of, if you can call it that. It's basically just like a montage of like B-roll. So they played seemingly all of the takes of the moment where I think it's Shorty, I think that's the clown's name, punches that dude's head off and it falls in the trash can.
Yes.
The amount of times that they tried to get that head to land perfectly in that trash can is insane. The amount of time that they spent filming that. I think it was 20 takes or something that like
Sure.
they just have on the fucking Blu-ray.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. These are the things about movies that blow my mind.
Yeah.
That like
got-
they
it's
spent
gotta land a
that much
certain way,
time.
yeah.
They had 36 days.
If it's got to land a certain way, yes.
I love that. I love that so much.
When she was in her bathroom being attacked by the little popcorn head things, which
Yes.
are my favorite things ever. There's a poster on the wall, and you can't really see what it says, but it says Portofino, Italy. And I only bring that up to say I'm going to be there next month.
Nice.
Wow, cool. I'm so happy for you.
Wow.
Cool story, bro. Thanks.
Yeah, I get to go there. That's it. That's all.
Uh,
But while we're there, we can those popcorn monster things. Boy, I love those things.
I'll tell you what they don't have in Portofino, Italy, but they do have in 1988 in Killer Clowns of Outer Space, Amici's Pizza.
oh yeah.
They have
That
in
shocked
Van
me.
Nuys. They have that in Van Nuys and not Portofino.
I'll talk to him when I'm there.
They have one down the street.
Is there an
from me.
Amici's? It said, bless you, is that Amici's on the thing?
The pizza boxes, when the one clown comes out of them,
Yes.
it's a fucking
I
Amici's.
totally missed that.
It blew my mind that like for some reason I don't think of Amici's as being like
A chain, no.
No.
Nor that old.
right.
But yeah, sure.
Yeah. Kind of blows my. Makes me wonder. Like, 'cause it's been a long time since I've had Amici's. It
Yeah.
makes me wonder.
Is it good?
Is it
pizza's
good?
good.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Curtis, what'd you just say? Is it
I said
good?
true. It makes me wonder. I haven't had it in a long time.
yeah.
either.
It makes me wonder, man.
Let's order
It
one
makes
right
me fucking
now.
wonder. Do you want it for real?
We can, yeah.
I mean, don't tempt me with a fucking good time.
In the
man.
like trash pizza realm, it's probably like one of the best actually.
yeah, like I have to assume it's better than Domino's.
Yeah.
Right. And Domino's has been around for
It's like pretty good.
a stupid
Pan's
amount of
pretty
time.
good.
Domino's or Amici's?
Domino's pretty good.
Domino's.
Domino's pretty good.
It serves a
Like
purpose.
trash pizza.
It's for
But-
trash.
but
It's pretty good.
I can't eat it if
That
I haven't
pan?
had at least a 6-pack.
The pan one though, that's good.
Ooh,
The pan is
fine.
good.
The
The pan
pan
is pretty
one's
fucking. It's too
really
expensive though.
I mean,
Like if you're gonna pay that much for fucking Domino's,
yeah.
Pizza Hut's pan is where it's at if you're gonna
yeah,
get a pan.
it's true. If you're gonna be that much of a trash human, you might as well.
I don't like Pizza Hut.
Guys, I also found a little thing on the internet. It looks like Amazon had created this. I don't know why Amazon did it, but maybe they had some involvement at one point. But we all, it was like one of those name generators.
Yes.
So we all have clown names now. K-clown
right.
names. All right, so I will go.
K-Clown.
K-clown. Well, that does sound worse. That sounds bad.
I'm glad there's 4 of us. Can I just be K-Clown? That's kind of sick.
No, Curtis's name is Chuckles the X-rated clown.
Fuck yeah.
Sick.
Calls the extra. All right, so whip out dong right now. Is how that has to go.
Just start helicoptering.
Jacking off at everybody.
Inversely, Cody is Chuckles the sad clown.
You're both Chuckles?
Yeah, because both have a C name. But if we wanted to, I did do no, we're not talking about my first name. Never mind. Austin, Albert the fearful clown.
Fearful?
Fearful.
I'm
Albert
gonna
the
be a little
fearful.
bitch clown.
Lucas is Little the lollygagging clown.
You gagging bitch?
Lollygagging.
little the lollygagging clown.
Little.
Which is
Little?
you are the shortest of
And
us.
so I'm small
Yeah.
and slow.
Yeah, little the lollygagging
Wow.
clown.
But
Yeah,
you can
small
gag
and
a
slow.
lolly better
You can
than
gag
anyone.
the shit out of those. But we
Yeah,
all
I'm gagging on his little lolly.
On his X-rated
Yeah,
dong.
on his X-rated dong.
X-rated dong.
Austin, this whole thing made me think of your clown chuckle. You have a good clown chuckle.
Do I?
Yeah, I feel like you.
That?
Yeah.
That's my like evil chuckle.
It could be like that could be like mad scientist or clown.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I feel like you'd also do a pretty good. What's the little animal from Star Wars that Jabba's pet?
Oh, Salacious Crowd.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah. Yeah, he does. It's right up the alley.
I love that thing. That's only because my parents' old dog Roxy, R.I.P., was that thing.
Yeah.
She looked like it. She acted like
This
it.
is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are those all your things?
That's all my notes, boys.
I think we've said all my things. I didn't have a lot of things.
It's not like besides talking about like just how cool the gags are.
Yes.
How like unique some of the set design is, and the way the clowns look in general, and how iconic they are. To Curtis's point earlier, not a whole lot happening here plot wise.
No.
Yeah.
Lucas
'Cause, I mean,
Lucas was able to reel in a very wonderful little reading of an anti-cop film, which I love that.
it's good.
I love that so much for us. That
We
were
also
able
did.
to-
We also have we mentioned this is installment 2 of space horror, and
We did now.
Yeah, we haven't.
and installment 2 of
say,
Game I
say it, Lucas.
of the second category of Austin space horror theme, which is Alien. I barely knowlien.
Yes.
This falls into that one. Absolutely.
Yes. This is their space horror pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we're ready to rate. No.
Better rate this bitch, I think. Yeah.
It's
Time
time to
for
rate
the-
this bitch. I'll give this film, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, too many clowns in a clown car, because there are too many good gags in this film, and that's why we're here for the gags. Even if it's not much else than that, it still has stuck around for 40 fucking years because of that. And it's a trip. I like it.
I give this film one giant motherfucking clownzilla. Because I'd be remiss if I didn't go straight to the giant monster. First viewing, certainly not my last viewing. Love the shit out of it. Super fun. Takes itself not seriously, but weirdly works as a horror movie. Like it, yeah, toes a really strange, wonderful line, and I love and respect the hell out of this thing.
I give this movie Getting It In because it shocked me in a very just uneasy way that when I realized that the two brothers that are driving the ice cream truck at the end of the movie, their clothes are shredded and they have lipstick marks
Yes.
that are clown lipstick all over their faces.
That's right.
And this is this next time you see them after they take the two lady clowns with them.
Yes.
This is just such a joyful and bizarre and zany and wonderful experience to watch. I highly recommend, if you haven't seen it, listeners, strongly suggest watching this with a group of friends. That feels like the optimal way to view it.
I give KLOWNS from Outer Space 1 pyramid-sized cotton candy cocoon because this movie deserves to live forever and will, and I love every single moment of it.
And I love you for picking it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh, yeah. Shudcast approved?
Shudcast approved!
Yeah. It's deemed such. Wow. So that means film 3 of either Anima Space Man or Alien I Barely Knowlien
Yes.
comes down to Cody.
Oh, it's Cody's pick.
Oh, it's my pick?
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
I thought it was Curtis's pick.
No.
Oh.
Oh,
How did that happen?
Oh, no. Now we're going to...
Because
I picked the last one for yours.
because one of us ends up getting skipped because we do the
Oh, that makes sense.
Remember when I
Yeah.
mentioned the weird math? This is the weird math they have figured
Yeah.
out.
the weird math.
It makes sense to them.
That makes sense. Okay.
Because technically, if we did it in turn, I would have picked the first film for this, but since it was Austin picking
I
the
see.
theme, right? But
I don't know. I actually don't.
so
really
that's
get
on
it.
you.
Okay.
It's on you, Cody.
Hold on. I have a list. I'm half prepared.
Yeah,
I need
I
1
know.
minute.
I would have to have time if I were. To
That's
be
why.
picking tonight.
That's why I felt weird about like having to pick the mini-sode again because I feel like I just did it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
But I guess
mini-sode?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, you did it when you picked your movie.
I know, but like that came around somehow. That I don't know. In my mind, it came around faster than Curtis's did.
Yeah, it's same.
Right?
Because we did. What was your last movie?
Vamp.
Vamp.
Been a minute since we did Vamp, I feel like.
Because
Yeah.
after that was Night of the Creeps,
Yeah.
and then after that was Event Horizon.
Oh, you're right.
So yeah, I'm going again before
This
he's
is the
going.
fourth, but there was 3 movies in between that, right?
Yeah, so it's every
It's
he's
because
right.
of their
Yeah.
weird math. It like shifts. So yes.
You
Right,
still go
okay.
every fourth.
No,
So
but
then
he's
3 in
right.
between.
He's doing 2 minis before you've done 2 minis.
It's correct. Yes,
See?
but there's still 3 in
Just
between.
it
His
makes
last.
sense to them, so we let them have it.
Hold on, I have to do a few coin tosses. Hold on.
Cody.
A few coin tosses. Fuck yeah.
There's 2 total. Hold on.
Cody, I want you to know something.
Actually, it might be 3 or 4. Yeah?
Cody, what you pick tonight will decide what I pick.
Okay. All right.
100%.
Okay.
Because you're gonna pick something.
It's
or-
nice to go in the first half of these things.
Well, it's also nice to not have their affliction. Where it's like, but there's so many. I'm like, oh, that one.
It's nice. I thought I went into this one thinking that we'd already be 2 movies into the I Need My Space, man version of it, but now we have 1 of each, so it could go either way.
Yeah.
Could go either way.
Hold on, I'm almost there.
It's almost there.
He's almost decided. And you know, do you ever use the coin toss to be like a feel regulator, like suss out your feelings?
Like, don't read what the result is.
Like you
Because
like you're like, okay, it's gonna be heads or tails, and then you get the one you kind of don't want, but that tells you what you kind of wanted. You know what I mean?
I try not to do it that way,
Okay.
but
It feels like an affliction.
yeah, no, because you what the coin has been a long-standing thing from our friendship.
Yes.
Where when we were kids, we were like, we'll leave it up to the coin.
Yeah.
It's completely non-biased, right?
Yeah, that's a different thing. I'm just saying if you like can't pick between 2 things, sometimes the coin will tell you which you.
I know.
actually
So what I'm
want.
saying is that
Call
you're
it
doing it
friendo.
wrong. What?
Call It Friendo was you?
What?
You gave Javier Bardem the idea for Call It Friendo?
Why are you saying it like that?
Because you said your
Friendo.
friendship.
Oh,
Why are
was
you talking?
dependent on a
what,
coin.
what are you doing?
He's doing.
You sound like a
friendo.
aged wrestler at a convention.
I do. I think I just realized this is my voice going away from Ren Fair. I think that's what this is.
Oh,
Wow.
How did it hang on for a few days?
I don't know.
Okay,
Didn't
I
talk
have it-
that much.
I have it down to 4 movies. Hold on. So I need
Hell
to do
yeah.
two coin tosses. Wait.
Can we,
3
can
coin
we
tosses.
pick numbers?
Shut up. Oh,
6.
maybe. That's actually not a.
6.
We could narrow it down that way. Hold on.
No, Cody must be alone in his picking of this.
Okay.
Okay, hold
That's
on.
true. You can't have outside influence.
Okay.
Yeah.
The floating head has spoken.
Zord has spoken.
I'll just open my mouth.
Wow, that's weird. I didn't. This is the part where I'm like, fuck the coin though, because now I'm thinking the way that you are, where you're like, you could use the coin as like a. You kind of wanted that.
It susses out your feelings. Well, we're emotional creatures, or I am at least. So I just go on what I'm feeling at the moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh no, but you know what? I think it. Nope. The coin spoke to me.
The coin has
it.
spoken.
It's doing it. Hold on. We're almost there. We're
coin-
almost there. It's down to 2 movies.
The coin is conferring.
It's down to 2 movies. All right. Actually, I'm wondering if I should switch to a D20 though now.
How do you do a D20?
You just
on
high-low it.
So it's the same.
Boys,
It's the same.
It is decided.
it is decided. This is actually the first movie that I wrote down which is funny that I find it hilarious that I ended up going back to that. I wrote down about 15 movies when I was coming up with this.
Yeah.
We will be doing our 3rd entry in Alien, I Barely Knowlien, and we will be watching Mars Attacks.
Oh, fuck yeah!
I haven't seen this in a minute, and it's just such a fucking joy every time I watch it.
Fantastic.
Hell
Yeah, and I think this is actually probably the optimal time to update my DVD.
Oh.
To a nicer.
Nice.
Something that isn't a DVD.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, I'm excited.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
A Tim Burton movie. This will be our first Tim Burton
It will
movie
be our first Burton.
I think it will.
that we've covered. And I haven't watched this in probably 20 years. So
Really?
It's great. Yeah,
I haven't
probably.
seen it in a while. Not quite that long. All right, Mars Attacks. Well, watch that for next time so you can listen along. Like and subscribe on all the things. Follow. Tell your friends. Join us on Patreon. Join us on Discord. Discord's a really fun place to be, guys. If you're not there, you're lame. And next time, we'll all be together in the flesh. No more sickness, no more sadness.
Shunting each other. Maybe we should do the next one naked.
We got to save that for
No, we'll just blur.
the society
No, we
episode.
blur shit.
No, we got to save that for a special event.
Yeah.
Like we can start like
Showcast
theming-
live in the hot tub.
Naked.
Showcast naked and live in the hot tub. But until then, we'll see you here with our clothes on.
Compare sizes and we won't laugh at each other.
I might laugh. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.